There we go. We're on.
My name is Keith Sterling. I've got a quick question for Dr. Wilson. Did I hear correctly that Scottish Enterprise have helped customers improve exports by 60 million? Now, in my experience, anybody, for any sale, there's always more than one owner. So even if you assume that you owned all of the sales, how much is the budget for Scottish Enterprise to help people export?
Hello, Keith, so was it Keith? Yes. I can put my hand on heart and say that every pound that Scottish Enterprise spends in any 1 year will help generate an additional £8.80 in the economy. We do lots and lots and lots of analysis, economic analysis, to make sure that we're putting money into things that wouldn't have happened without us. So what I would say is, we don't make any of this happen. Businesses make it happen. But I can absolutely assure you that anything we claim is, as far as we can be certain, things that wouldn't have happened without that additional investment.
And as I say, how many folk work to help people export, and what's the cost of that?
Well, there are about 200 people work in Scottish Development International in 22 locations all over the world. Most of what they've been doing, before you jump in and tell me you're going to work out the cost per job and all the rest of it, because it's not as easy as that, most of what they've been doing over the past 10 years or so is bringing foreign investment into Scotland, some 4,500 jobs a year, and hundreds of millions, if not billions, of investment into the Scottish economy. In fact, every pound we spend on international activity generates a further £12 in the Scottish economy. So if you're interested in a very kind of econometric discussion about it, I'm happy to chat with you afterwards. It's a very difficult thing to explain, but I am obsessed with value for money, and I can tell you that everything we invest generates that.
It certainly wouldn't strike me as hard to explain, but I don't think the 60 million that you think is attributable to Scottish Enterprise is profitable.
I think we'll have to agree to disagree in public, because it's absolutely profitable.
I think just to add a few comments on that subject. I think it's been fascinating for me in the 2 years I've been here, back here in Scotland, to be kind of engaged in this internationalisation piece. The two recurring thoughts I have on it is that this is our only major prospect for growth in the economy. We will not see Scotland's economy grow on the back of consumers' expenditure or public expenditure. We've got to get back to getting great at selling the fantastic things we have to the rest of the world. Second comment is that no single organisation holds the key to making this happen. As Lena says, it will only happen through the activities of business. We believe we have a role to play in this, in using the 87 other countries that we operate in, helping people make sure they get paid for what they do. But we're delighted to work alongside SDI, Scottish Enterprise, the Chambers, and many others who bring a set of complementary skills and add practical value for Scotland's businesses.
Okay, we're going to hear another question. If there's another question from the floor, typically
Yes, my name's John Hart from the Edinburgh International Conference Centre. I have a question for John. John, you mentioned about competition earlier on. Who do you see as the competition here in Scotland? Or is it the traditional banks or the new emerging organisations such as Virgin Money and Sainsbury's Bank?
I think the competitive landscape for banking in Scotland is actually changing quite quickly. You know, for sure there are a number of major players who have had major market positions for some time. We're working very hard to expand our business. I think that Clydesdale see many similar opportunities to the opportunities we see, as do Barclays, for instance. And then today, with more of a retail banking than a commercial or business banking focus, you have the significant investments that the likes of Virgin Money and Tesco are making. So I I think it's a very healthy phenomenon that the marketplace is seeing that level of investment, that level of commitment, and the prospect of enhanced competition.
Any further questions?
I wonder if I can make a further point on exports, and I'm desperate to talk to you when we finish and you see your hand still up. Remember that only 5% of the Scottish business base is currently exporting. It is woefully inadequate. A massive amount of work that we do before a company even gets to exporting is helping them with the capability to do it, it's helping them understand. Companies, two things happen. They completely underestimate the benefits of exporting and they completely overestimate the challenges. So there's a massive amount of work to be done now over the next couple of years before there's a lag effect, before we see companies actually exporting. And in some cases, the best advice we can give is you're not ready yet. You're going to need deep pockets for this and you're going to need a lot of help before you get there. So, we've got a huge task, but also a huge opportunity.